1, 2, 3. My fellow lunatics, it is I, Tom, and
Galen.
This is Galen.
This is Galen.
That's Galen. Welcome to your 15 minutes of FUME, belated November Lunacy edition. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Yeah?
First thing, I want to thank everybody for following along with this series, for your comments, and for your jokes, which are very funny and often give us a laugh during otherwise busy and dark times. It's been a really rough season for the lab. We are still operating under COVID-related restrictions. We don't have a production staff. Galen and I have been helping out with some of that, with pouring and labeling, etc. And, we're late on anniversary and Yule collections. I wish I had an update about what's happening there. We're just kind of getting through it the best we can. And in the meantime, we're just so grateful to everyone who has continued to support us and share our shit and buy our shit and still just participate in the little BPAL pocket universe of BPAL related shit, as if almost nothing is wrong. I really, really appreciate that. I know Elizabeth appreciates it. We're in this with you, honestly. We wake up from day to day and week to week just never being sure what is going to await us. And now we're under enhanced lockdown restrictions here in LA, and it's a whole time. So, welcome to the party. This is it for now. Everyone else is working frantically off camera.
Hope you brought your party hat.
Yeah, or just like a hat. Actually,
any hat will do.
The luxury of a party like this is there is no dress code, because you could be watching this like totally naked and we don't know.
Just wear a hat.
Or like lay down a towel, I would say. Anyway, before we go into reviewing these November Lunacy scents, today is your last day to purchase some of the following items, which I'm going to read off really quick. They're going off the site late tonight or first thing in the morning tomorrow. This is one of those great time capsule things where if someone is watching this weeks or years or decades from now, like, it won't matter. You can skim ahead. Fast forward talk, fast forward talk. So coming down is Fruit Moon.
Oh, wow.
The Vigilance and Doom Scroll Blocker Twilight Alchemy Lab blends. The entirety of the Dumb Sparrow Spring 2020 collection, which has some great stuff in it. The entire Walpurgisnacht and Hexanacht collections from earlier this year. And then we're also clearing out the July and August Ménage à Trois perfume blends. This is a whole list of them. Should I read them? Maybe you would like it. Okay, I'm going to read them really quick. Dried strawberries, red musk, and bourbon vanilla. Ding! Sweet patchouli, labdanum, and ylang ylang. Ding! Aged vetiver, chocolate, and white sandalwood. Ding! Lavender, white clove, and ambrette seed. Ding! Tomato leaf, black pepper, and hay absolute. Ding! Black fig, oak bark, and brown sugar. Bing! Lemon peel, marshmallow, and orange blossom. Ding also. Skin musk, cream, and honey dust. I'm getting really tired of this. And finally, Tahitian vanilla, Mysore sandalwood, and bergamot.
Mysore sandalwood. It's so sore.
Da-ding, 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 ding, ding. And also, of course, the most recent, the Cold Moon Lunacy t-shirt is also last chance to pre-order that today. So we'll try to spread the word. If this is the first you're hearing about it and it's too late, we're very sorry. That's the way love goes. So why don't we talk about what we have to smell here today?
Oh, okay. It seems fine.
Okay. Well, then what that is Cold Moon.
Oh.
Cold Moon.
So cold.
Now, what I love about this is that I believe how this worked is that plans for Cold Moon, the perfume, were changed at the last minute as a result of Dan Santat's incredible label illustration, which is a giant chocolatey, I can't say fudgesicle because that's a branded thing.
It's trademarked.
Even popsicle is trademarked.
Oh.
A chocolatey, icy treat. And the scent is the scent of a frozen chocolate confection. There it is.
There we go.
A completely public domain frozen chocolate confection.
Oh.
There it is. I do love there's almost like a freezer burn edge to it, which as a child I learned was just kind of like an extra like seasoning. It's like kind of the only seasoning in our white household that we had was freezer burn. Now I bottled this, so I cheated and I got to smell it already, and I know for a fact that this like kind of rich milk chocolatey thing in the bottle didn't last on my skin. So it went from like chocolatey to just like frozen chilliness relatively quickly.
Let me see that bottle.
Do you want the bottle?
I do.
There's just endless cut footage of us just like smelling ourselves. Isn't that a weird thing to have in the world, or like to not have in the world? The chilliness, I can't tell if there's anything really piney in there, but it does have like a weird juniper or cypress kind of like green fresh.
Yeah, I can smell that for sure.
And then the chocolate is just kind of like hanging out in the background, like you are outdoors in a snowy area eating a fudge pop. Are you laughing because I said fudge
Eating
pop?
a fudge pop.
Fudge pop. It's actually quite nice. I enjoy this a lot. It's simple.
I don't wear a lot of chocolate.
It's simple, but it's unusual because of the particular combination. Like, if I can't say authoritatively that this is juniper, but like a chocolate and juniper perfume blend is like...
There's a combo.
I didn't think to ask for it. I've just stopped asking for things because I don't get what I want. But sometimes the lab comes through for me. I just like that there's kind of a warm element and a cool element to it.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It does give me some elementary school flashbacks to having what I will call fudge pops, because I don't know the actual name and I don't want to encroach on trademark.
You're telling me that you went to elementary school?
I did. Didn't you?
I mean, they called it that, but looking back, I have doubts.
Elementary, my dear Watson school.
I've drawn my own conclusions about what all that was. So, how about we sniff some of these Menage a Trois blends?
We could do that.
All right. I've got them in the order that they're on the website, which is alphabetical, which is probably not the way they were presented elsewhere. But we're keeping it simple today so that we can survive. The first one is Beeswax, Cedarwood, and Bourbon Vanilla.
If you want to talk about things that you wanted to ask for but didn't know how, and then somehow they appear, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
I really wanted a Menage a Trois blend that had beeswax in it, and it's like Beth heard my brain patterns.
I was speculating about this. We were talking as we were bottling because it made me wonder if it's maybe an expensive component, whatever goes into the beeswax scent, because it doesn't come up terribly often, and it's usually in like limited edition stuff that tends to sell for more.
More or less in like the fall, winter type of stuff. Sometimes in our Lupercalia.
This is like made for you though.
It really is, because I love beeswax, I love cedar, and I love vanilla.
I love all three of these things, but like this is not a perfume blend that is made for me per se. Like you always wear the beeswax blends and I appreciate them and I like the smell, but for some reason I don't gravitate toward them as much.
Yeah.
That being said,
I won't lie, I have been wearing this since I bottled it.
What I love about it is that it's got the sharpness from the cedarwood, but is otherwise very mellow.
Yeah.
You know, the vanilla and bourbon and beeswax are three words that just conjure mellow experiences.
Yeah.
And then you get them all together and it's just like, oh.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey. But then that cedarwood is like the sharp note. There's like a car alarm.
Yeah.
It kind of like jostles things up, you know? It's like in
Keeps
some
it...
kind of like comedy structure.
Yeah.
There's always that one character, you know?
Yeah.
I'm probably that character. I'm the cedarwood, and you're the beeswax bourbon vanilla. And that's what makes us such a great menage a trois together.
Wow.
It only takes two of the right people to make a menage a trois. So
it's just incredibly smooth.
Can I smell it on you?
And yummy. It's right there. Or on the wrist crook.
It smells better on you than it does on me, which is not that surprising.
I mean, I'm made of beeswax.
Well, this is
no, I'm not.
I'm hearing about it.
But if I were,
like calls 911.
I'm made of beeswax.
I promise I will never call 911 on you.
Thanks.
I'm getting like a more of like the smoky, sharp goings on from the cedar, etc. On you, it's just much more mellow and smooth. What would you say leads in the scent?
For me, it is the beeswax.
Well, listen to Galen and not me because I'm defective in virtually every
Maybe
way.
you're just amping it differently than I am.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Because I'm fucked up.
Oh.
But like, there are a lot of other perfumes that I can wear, so. I do like it. I'm not. I just. I don't know. Like this is like this particular combination of scents that is like home for you, and you just don't feel that way about even a lot of scents that you really like. So.
Yeah.
I'll be thinking about this. Next we have. I'll be thinking of you during this difficult time. Black currant, patchouli, and grapefruit. And notice that we were bottling these, and we only had enough labels printed for the orders that were going out. So this is the charming. Limited, truly limited edition.
One of a kind, handwritten label that you don't get. It's in our house.
I have to say that I loved the blackcurrant stuff that came out in the Halloween 2020 collection. There was the blackcurrant pie, and there was also one of the dead leaves. However, neither of those really did for me what this managed to do. So it's like I got my Halloween miracle after all, because right away in November I got to have this weird, it's dry, the patchouli plus the grapefruit is like a really dry note, and it really kind of takes it on the tartness of the currant. I loved the kind of rich, heavy currant note in the pie perfume. But this actually just sort of smells like it would just like hover around me in a weird cloud, and smells like more mysterious. And the patchouli is very tame. It's not like a really gnarled patchouli.
Yeah, it's like a soft patchouli.
And it's not also super citrusy. Like this, from the description, this to me could be like a candle, and it just really doesn't smell like that on my skin. It's just kind of like fresh and clean, but it has this kind of dark undercurrent, and that's my whole jam. Sorry, I just slapped you. Slapping you is not my jam. So yeah, this is like more what I wanted. And I got it.
We both got something we wanted.
We did. What is forward for you in this one? What's like the lead note?
They're all kind of hopping out.
It is kind of like intricately wound
together.
Though as
it's settling, I am getting more of the patchouli.
Interesting. Well, I welcome that. If that experience awaits me, I welcome the dead into my soul and the patchouli. And we'll just see what we get. Next, we have orris root, carnation, and tobacco. This is another botched label exclusive. Orris root, carnation, and tobacco. As soon as I smelled this in the big mother jug, it reminded me of Fledgling Raptor Moon from Lunacy forever ago. And I had loved this back in the day, and then I ran out or lost it. And I think Lisa in Atlanta sent me her bottle, or gave it to me when we were at DragonCon. It was miraculous. That one was clove, sandalwood, patchouli, bourbon vanilla, carnation, masola bark, hinoki wood, and bay. And this is merely, has the orris root, is carnation. I guess the carnation is the connection, but it's kind of a warm, brown, spicy, kind of like fluffy, cozy situation.
When I was bottling this, I didn't really like it that much, and so actually wearing it on the skin, I'm just like, this smells way better.
It's dirty in a clean way. It has that kind of gritty tobacco richness.
Yeah, I really like the warm, rich tobacco is actually really amping out more than in the bottle. I think I was mostly smelling the orris, and then it had like the carnation and tobacco underneath, and I was just kind of like, what is this blend?
I just gave myself goosebumps.
But now I'm like,
that's how hard up for a good time I am.
This is interesting.
Yeah, it just like is very inviting, and I just think it smells like it's like kind of a dense, close, earthy, dark, hidey hole that you just want to.
Carnation as a nice spice.
Yeah, I mean, carnation and tobacco together is like, I didn't know I needed that.
Wow. Well, my mind has been changed.
Yes, and we will be holding on to this for a while. Second to last, we have I looked at the computer even though it's printed literally on the bottle in front of me. Pink pepper, orange blossom, and lemon peel. Now, we've been seeing some varieties on all of these notes coming up lately, and I was worried that it might be a little redundant with stuff that we've already seen. This year was a great year in orange blossom for BPAL, lots of varieties. This kind of surprised me because the pink pepper isn't a very dominant note. It's just kind of like an accent. I'm getting major orange blossom from this, and if anything, the kind of bite of the lemon peel just kind of adds to the freshness and of the orange blossom in a way that really reminds me of just fresh orange blossoms or pure orange blossom water, which I keep a lot of around the house. It's just my favorite smell. So I'm wondering if the combination of notes will help kind of enhance the staying power of that actual orange blossom scent.
It's very fresh. I really like this.
On the skin, it's like, I have to admit that it is lemony. It's not just like
It is.
It's not an orange note, orange blossom single note. But it has like, some zing and some spice that kind of hit you in some interesting, surprising ways. And I can see this, I would use this as like a study aid. Like, well, I'm barely awake.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
It's lively, but it's also kind of comforting.
Yeah.
Just don't drink it. I feel like that's something we have to say so often in these videos. It's like, just don't drink it.
Because some of these things are unappetizing, and you should not drink them.
I know you're out there thinking that you should drink it.
Like, maybe just a little. But no, maybe not just a little.
Listen
Absolutely
to Galen.
none. Do not drink it.
Galen just one of the smartest people I know. Galen went to a real elementary school. So.
A real element. Yeah, I did.
Not like some people.
It was in a building and everything. We had a playground.
You had a building?
Yeah. Different classrooms.
I got ripped off.
A library.
Library?
Gym. Music class.
That sounds horrible.
Some of it was.
As I just sit and smell.
Just go back to your refreshing perfume blend.
I don't have a lot to say about this one. It kind of just is exactly. It smells exactly like what it's written on.
Sparkly and charming.
Sparkly and charming are great adjectives.
I think that all three of these notes sparkle on their own, but then like together, it's just like truly like an effervescent kind of.
It is, and it is again on the dry side too, because even though these are like citrusy notes, and the pink pepper of course has like a touch of sweetness, but like honestly, it's a really dry, sheer, kind of like has a bite to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it comforting, but it doesn't like. It's not like that one that we did that was so good, which was the lemon and. Or is it orange blossom, lemon, and marshmallow, which was like Easter candy, which I love for different reasons.
Mm-hmm. But very different. Very
different. Yeah. I was mostly eating Easter candy in the years that other children were going to elementary school. So I have special nostalgia for those things. Anyway, finally, will this video never end? I have good news for you. It will. Very soon. This last one I was intrigued by teakwood, moss, and salt. So,
what?
I know. We've also had a kind of a fun run of salty scents this year. Can you hear the rumbling of the dumpsters? That's not like
the best time to film.
It's not like a Lynchian utterance that means nothing. There is actual dumpster rumbling happening on either side of us. It's like the Dolby dumpster rumble experience. But we will not be deterred. Okay, so teakwood, moss, and salt. I'm going to hike up my sleeve a little bit. Get some fresh territory here. How salty is it, you may be wondering?
I'm sure that is what a lot of people are wondering. Oh. And we will tell you in just a moment.
So what I'm getting from this is it's kind of like a little smoky. And then there's like a really rich, earthy moss. To me, it's like, maybe it's because of the salt and the teakwood. Like it's not like a green, lush moss. It's kind of a dried moss.
Yeah.
Is that what you're getting?
Yeah.
And then it has a real salty tang to it.
This is another one where as I was bottling it, I was like, this is interesting. And I mostly got the moss as I was bottling, and I was wondering how it was going to wear.
It really reminds me of the desert. It's like a very nighttime deserty kind of smell, which I know that the plant notes listed are not deserty notes per se, but I think that just shows you what the saltiness really opens up. It's calm, it's quiet, it's dry, it's humorless, it's simple, but it really does kind of evoke this weird place sense memory that I can't quite scratch. So
yeah.
And I don't know, does it smell smoky to you?
Yeah, it's like a dry, smoky wood almost.
Yes.
To contrast with your desert memory, to me it smells like woods because of the wood and the moss, I guess.
Well, that is a literally more accurate impression of the ingredients.
Yeah.
As stated.
But I understand your interpretation. Either way, we're both going back to old memories.
Yes. I think it's really interesting to have that and the tobacco carnation one in the same, because they really are two sides of the same coin, you know? Like, similar experiences and kind of that, like, dry, earthy, smoky, gritty kind of scent. But, like, the scents could not be more different other than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry about all the garbage noise.
It's been on for a couple of moments, and I am getting some green poking through out of it. The moss is blooming right before my nose. It's kind of opening up and becoming a little more lush. Do you want to smell me?
All right. Oh, this smells completely different on you.
Can I smell yours?
You're getting way more mossy. Yeah, mine is mostly like hanging out in a wood salt.
Yeah, it's just
wood.
Two adult humans smelling moss oil off each other's arms while dumpsters rumble in the background. What could be more 2020 than that?
I don't know. Beep, gathunk.
Well, I think this is a perfectly great place to end the video because we have run out of perfumes to smell. And also, by the sound of it, the garbage people will be rounding us up and carrying us away any moment. I think they're going door to door. So,
don't they realize we have to edit?
I mean, you can do that.
I'll try to barter with them.
In the phone. Barter. We have perfumes. I mean, I'm surprised that BePal's products are not more popular among sanitation workers. I would love to create a BePal subculture based on, you know, laborers in the sanitation world, because I think that we have a lot to offer each other.
I wonder what this sounds like in the background. Sounds loud to me, so it's gotta be picking up.
Some of you watching this have larger homes in more remote areas where stuff like this doesn't happen as much. And then others have it so much worse. And I know my friends in New York are just like trapped with a lot of miscellaneous noise pollution. So consider this a kind of an anti-ASMR video. You know, like
soothing.
We would like to, like, you know, by the end of this video, we will gradually raise your blood pressure to a nice, uncomfortable level as the ambient noise intensifies, and then we will leave you with that invigorating energy to take out into the rest of the world. So this has been your 15 minutes of fume, plus some extra minutes, probably. And we will be back later this week with another video. Promise. Stay safe out there.